election?
Well, I believe that there is talk about interim government being put in place by the 20th of July, either by appointment, because I suppose the speaker will have to take over, because if Ranil is as unpopular as he is and he realizes that he's taken things too far, he will have to back out. And the other issue basically is that you have you have elected representatives in parliament, like Sajid Premadasa and other people. He is the head of, the other large party. I mean, not the SLPP, but the SJP, which has 50 members. And so if they can have some kind of an agreement between the SLPP and the SJP and, other groups, and maybe bring in, you have the civil society, which has been up in arms, which is out there, the middle class, which is now more and more tending towards, it's the actual catalyst for all of this are the groups that actually sat on Galle face and refused to allow this government to function. I think from there will emerge probably a leader. There are people from the the Frontline Socialist Party, as well as Students Federation. These are the voices that must be brought in. And apart from that, there is also the Bar Association. And you have very senior lawyers, you have very senior economists in the country. I don't know all of them by name, but each and every one of the lawyers and economists that you speak to have a standing in the community. Okay. So why not have a group of people who are not just government representatives, but also represent society, and can offer solutions. Firstly, I think the people need to be satisfied that they're going to get a government in an interim government, which they can trust. And once they call for elections, whether they call for elections in 6 months or 2 months or whatever it is, then they will have a truly representative government.
Correct.
And that's the way forward.
Dr. Mahindran, these images have been broadcast across the world right now. The images that we saw on Saturday, where tens of thousands of protesters storming the presidential palace. There was, of course, the unfortunate incident of the Prime Minister's private residence being set on fire. And again today, the Prime Minister's office being laid siege to. This is the first time that we're seeing in South Asia a popular protest overthrow an incumbent government. What may this mean for not just Sri Lanka, but the wider region as well?
I think the first important message is majoritarian populism cannot be sustained in the long run. You may be able to come to power by stoking the nationalist sentiments of the masses. You may be able to come to power by portraying a certain community as the villain, the other, but that process cannot be sustained in the long run. At the end, I think people are going to demand food, people are going to demand medicine, people are going to demand healthcare facilities. So people's economic needs need to be addressed. I think the Gotabaya Rajapaksa government failed on that front because under their watch, we saw food prices escalating. There were, huge shortages of essential items. And as a result, people could no longer tolerate this government. And that's why they take to the streets in such large numbers. So this is a larger message because, and you can't be an authoritarian because in the end, people's voice is going to matter. It is people who would decide who they want as their rulers and what kind of government they want. So the Sri Lankan moment that we are seeing now is a very important moment in the larger South Asian context as well, as you said. But it also has its limits we have to acknowledge. There are also other questions that people have been asking about Sri Lanka, whether this protest movement, whether the reform movement that has emerged, whether it is willing to address the long-standing ethnic question in the country, because Sri Lanka state continues to remain majoritarian and Sinhala Buddhist in character. So the minority communities continue to feel isolated from the state. And there was a 30-year civil war, and it ended in the death of like thousands of Tamil civilians. So there should be justice for the war crimes committed during the war. There should be a political solution to the ethnic question. Tamils and other communities in the north and the east have been demanding regional autonomy. That question has to be addressed. And there are also other political reforms that are being demanded, like the abolition of executive presidency. There are now more and more people calling for a system like the Westminster system or the parliamentary system that is in place in India, and the president should be made a figurehead. So these are far-reaching reforms that people are demanding. People are demanding their daily needs to be taken care of, but at the same time, a larger change in the political culture is also demanded.